If you beat New England,
It's all gone.
What
a clean. It's a cleanse.
Like, everybody is getting their dopamine off of finally beating them, beating Belichick. The fact the Jets are scratching and clawing to keep their season alive, which is a weird thing to say after a Week 3 game. There's so much here. I hate it that there's so much here, but there is so much here. And, I don't often say this. I usually have a good read, a good feel on the game. Like, I didn't think the Jets would win last week. I did think they would cover. And if they actually, a few different breaks, they do cover, but you can't make that many mistakes. The Bills game, I predicted them to win on multiple Bills shows. This game, I have no idea what to expect right now. I really, really don't, because they should have beat them twice last year with Zach Wilson at quarterback, but they didn't. And the fact stands is they never beat this team, ever anymore. So no matter how much more talented they are or wherever things stand, New England doesn't have to win, all of those things, it just feels like none of it matters going into this game, and that's what makes this so fascinating.
Yeah, and there's the extra dopamine of making the Pats 0-3. I mean, 0-2 mathematically is almost like a kill shot to your season. 0-3, you're in rarefied territory coming out of that to be a playoff team, and they play Dallas week 4. So you're effectively ending their season if you beat them this week. They already lost 2. They lost 2 home games. They would have lost 2 division games. It's a chance to have that extra rush of effectively. I can't remember the last time a New England team's been 0-3. I mean, that just doesn't compute in my brain the last time they've started out that slow. And it's not like New England's been terrible the first 2 weeks. They hung tough with Philly, although after seeing Minnesota hang tough with Philly, maybe you feel like a little more like.
I got your answer.
What was it?
The Patriots, per Boston.com, the Patriots haven't started 0-3 since Bill Belichick's first season when they started 0-4.
Wow. And the Jets, that was the year they knocked out. No, that was Belichick's second year when they knocked out Bledsoe for Brady. So that's how long it's been. And it's a rare opportunity. And the Jets, we talk about these games every year. Last year, and I think we nailed this, we said the 2 Patriots games are going to swing the Jets season. And if they had won those games, they would have made the playoffs. And they were both there for the taking. If you remember last year, the home game, I went like an idiot. They are cooking in the first half. Zach Wilson looks great. He hits Garrett Wilson on the broken play. Garrett Wilson has a huge run in reverse, throws a bullet to Conklin for a 3rd down touchdown. It's like right before the half, and everything is feeling good. Then you have the pick 6 call back. You have the horrible Zach Wilson interception. Everyone, I've told this story before on War Room, everyone in the bathroom at halftime knew the game was over and the season was over right there.
Yeah, wasn't Laura like
what is wrong? What is wrong with these? You guys I think they were winning at the half. I think they were up like 13-10 at the half. And Jet fans knew. By the time I got back to my seat, I probably missed like 4 plays. New England was inside the 5-yard line, took the lead. They never looked back. Zach melted down in the second half. Yep. And the other game I was also at, like an idiot, in New England. And that was that game that we thought fully ended Zach Wilson. I was in the building that day. I had great seats behind the Jets bench. He was totally on an island that game. It was the worst offensive performance I've seen from the Jets in a very long time, and I've seen a lot of bad. And they still lost on a walk-off punt. The game was still there to be won. But those 2 games swung the season. And the Jets have not beat New England since the 2015 Eric Decker, Ryan Fitzpatrick overtime game. That's how long it's been. They were a little frisky in one of the 2017 games with McCown, but they ultimately couldn't get it done. The Darnold games were a disaster against them.
Flacco almost beat them during one of the really bad
That was
years.
the Cam Newton year where Flacco and Brashard Perryman. Yeah. We didn't want that.
We were like, oh no, this is bad.
I'm pretty sure Greg Williams threw that game, much like he threw the Raiders game. If you watch how the Jets played defense on the last drive, that was a primetime game. Brashard Perryman, 2 touchdowns from Joe Flacco. Look up that box score for the record. But they basically let New England go down the field and Nick Folk kick a game-winning field goal, so we didn't have to deal with overtime. You go back before that, it was Geno and Jeremy Curley who beat them in 2013 and sort of one of the most random, exciting Jet wins ever. And then before that, you got to go all the way back to the memorable Rex ones, who could forget the playoff win and the 2-week 2 wins. And then last but not least, Mangini forcing them to rip up all the grass in 2006 because of the rain game where Pennington and Kotcher beat them, I think, 17-10. So the fact that I can remember these off the top of my head, there was also the Favre game there in 2008, is the problem. And I think Garrett Wilson, who really, among all the Jets' young players,